time between these two programs, but the first here in Greenville, North Carolina since 2013, since UAB is a relatively new member to the American. The opening tap controlled by the Pirates, and we are underway. The Pirates coming in off of a victory in their last outing on Saturday against UTSA, an 80-79 victory. Fell to the rim, can't score, tried to back up and in, and the loose ball tracked down by the Pirates. They keep it alive for a new possession. The three missing off the back of the rim from Cam Hayes, another offensive rebound, and now a steal.
That's a solid possession for ECU. Really working to get more offensive rebounds. They got where they wanted to go. RJ Felton had a good chance at the basket. Got another opportunity, just turned it over.
Talked about Lindeborg at the top. Christian Coleman, another key name to watch. He plays well. Normally, UAB wins. The feed down low, and Coleman gets blocked at the rim. Hayes, Felton, Riley, Walker, and LeBeau, the five for the Pirates.
You saw that there was double coverage there on Walker right away.
Another offensive rebound, another three. That one hit from R.J. Felton.
Yeah, I like R.J. Felton stepping to the line, understanding that UAB is going to throw several different types of zones at them. He's in the right spot, knocked it down, and especially off of an offensive rebound. That always leads to high percentage threes.
Three-point shooting, an always ongoing storyline for this East struggle in that regard. Coleman misses, gets it back, misses again, but gets it a third time and scores.
You can see what both of these teams like to do. They like to get offensive rebounds because that gives them more possessions. The more possessions you get, the better rhythm you can get offensively.
Fade away, missed from Riley and John to that point. Teams averaging over 10 offensive rebounds per game, and you're already getting a glimpse as to how and why.
Yeah. Extremely hard on the offensive boards.
Lindeborg cut off, goes to work and scores.
Great footwork, great touch, finishing with the left over the right. That's why pro teams are salivating over this guy.
He's been a huge factor in UAB's success over the last year plus, an NCAA tournament team a season ago, hoping to get back there. 7 to shoot. Walker inside, contested and fouled.
Gatzel Lindeborg getting it done early, getting to his spot, using his pivot so that he can get to the open space on the floor and finish. I mean, that's a layup for him, even with physicality.
Clearly one of the keys of the game plan for obviously not just ECU, but any UAB opponent. You've got to find a way to slow him down as Walker sinks the first free throw.
Well, what I'll say is it's going to be hard to do that because if you throw a double team at him, he's such a great passer. He gets the ball to the right hands on his team, and his team has the ability to also impact the game. So then you got to play him honest, and then he gets his one-on-one matchups.
2 from Walker. The lead at 5-4 for the Pirates. Early on from Williams Arena, Minji's Coliseum here in Carolina. Coleman with the floater, missed it, got it back again, and he gets fouled. So the long arms and the size of UAB, a problem early on.
Yeah, and you've seen Coleman has been very assertive, playing with force at the beginning of this game, trying to get himself involved, attacking the bright spots of the zone that ECU's throwing at him. He's going to get himself in the rhythm if he keeps that up.
Lindeborg pulls, can't connect. Riley with the loose change. Early 5-4 lead for the Pirates. Felton gets it again. A couple of three-pointers for R.J. Felton, who is climbing up the all-time scoring ranks in program history. He gives the Pirates an 8-4 lead.
You want to know what's funny? That shot. He had to make sure he made 10 of those. That sit inside foot and then take the three. He did that 10 times in warm-ups.
Good rebound by Walker. Talking to Coach Michael Schwartz. I mean, how many times did we talk to him, John, and he mentioned he needs three-point shooting to become a factor?
Absolutely, because they aren't necessarily a good three-point shooting team. They have to find ways to get more possessions to get into a rhythm. Right now, they're doing that. When you can spread the floor, guys like Jordan Riley can get downhill and can.
It's a 10-4 lead for ECU. So a good start offensively for the Pirates. McGee tries a straight-on three. Loose. The scramble, and the ball was down one late, and then C.J. Walker hit a jumper in the lane with 4.3 seconds remaining, and East Carolina was able to hold on 80-79. Walker finishing with 28 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 blocks in the victory. An impressive performance as Felton misses the three this time. Back over to UAB.
Yeah, C.J. Walker really just take to his hands and will his team into a win, and he's done such a great job as far as jump to the leadership role. He's never been asked to lead before, and you're starting to see it, and he has willed his team to several wins in the conference.
And a three knocked down by Tyron Moore. And it's interesting with Walker, this is his 6th season. He has not really been asked to take the lead in an offensive role until now here at ECU, and he has stepped up admirably for this team. Pass inside, and there will be a turnover committed by ECU, and Wayne Woodard tried to squeeze a pass inside to Reed Kaysen.
Yeah, those are one of those situations where Woodard sometimes doesn't know his length. And those are those situations where you can kiss it off of the glass instead of trying to do too much. And talk to Coach Schwartz a little bit about him. And so gifted, so talented, and sometimes because of that, he overcomplicates the game.
10-7 lead for the Pirates. Moore inside, the finish missing the rim, out of the hands of Bradley Izero. Felton going to work. The kick for Riley, missed the shot, and the rebound off to Alejandro Vasquez. Moore. Baseline J, the mark tipped around, and board nearly a save, but he cannot as he fell out of bounds. Back over to ECU. John, how about the tempo so far both ways? What are you seeing?
Well, their tempo, both of these teams' tempos are initiated by their defense. Right now, it's been a lot of half court so far, but if their defense can create turnovers, they can get out in the open floor and get fast break opportunities.
Jan Farrell coming up empty. Moore, another pump fake, a penetration, can't get it, tipped around and put in. So once again, working down low as Bradley Izero able to get things done.
Yeah, one of the key cogs in UAB's offense is crashing, getting those opportunities to get more shot at the basket and in their favor.
Farrell missing the mark, tip, nearly got it back. It went between his legs and then collides with Woodard. That leads to a foul.
And the good thing was that UAB was able to get to the middle of the floor off of their initial drive in their offense and was able to clean up passing. Usually when you get to the middle of the floor, it hurts the defense in their roles out there. And so if they can continue to do that off of their initial half court, getting those straight line drives, getting to the paint, they can create offensive opportunities for second chances on the rebounding.
Lindeboard coming up empty. Felton looking to run. Walker gets to the drop.
Great touch from C.J. Walker. I love how ECU was able to get out in the break. Even though it seemed like they were stopped, they were still deep enough in that paint to be able to get Walker a touch.
The long three drops for Tyron Moore.
Yeah, he is a floor spreader for UAB, one of those bright spots, and he can contribute to creating balance for their other positions.
Walker again down low in the paint, extending the advantage. The Pirates go out in front by 2. Vasquez tries to answer and does to give UAB a lead of 1.
I love Vasquez's confidence there. He was able to just understand that his defender went under the screen. He had the opening. They didn't plan because he's such a strong player. He was able to pull up for that 3.
Azuero with the rebound. Moore sets up shop offensively for UAB, holding a 1-point advantage. Lindeborg turns and shoots, gets his own miss. Azuero crashing inside. Another outstanding week of women's college basketball action right here on the ESPN family of networks, as Azuero missing the free throw. We'll get one more look at it. Transfer from St. Louis, gets 1 out of 2.
He's been coming along as the season has progressed.
Two-point game. UAB trying to keep pace with Memphis near the top of the American and off the steal. And another loose exchange as Riley is able to track down the basketball. Felton again from deep. Nearly makes it, but it does not go down. Instead, back over to UAB. John, interesting start to this game for these two teams from the perimeter. Neither very good shooting from behind the arc, but they're both active.
Yes, I mean, the thing is that they are letting the offense lead to the shots that normally are high percentage for college basketball players. The reason why they put a premium on offensive rebounding, because eventually, if you get enough possessions, that's going to fall.
Both teams averaging just 6 made threes per game. Walker off the steal down the floor, throws it up too hard, but wow, what a follow there by Riley. It looked like he was going to get stuck at the rim, but he put it in.
Has a dossier of posters and highlights dunking that ball. He's got to be in that college slam dunk contest. I'm putting it out there now. You got to put Jordan Riley in that thing.
As Aguero loses the grip, but right there was Coleman. So you're campaigning.
I am campaigning for Riley to get in this dunk contest.
You know a thing or two about slam dunk.
I do know a thing or two. Put that man in. Sign him up.
UAB up by 2. Just past the midway point of half number 1. Derek Jones and John Williams with you tonight as Riley will go to the free throw line for a couple.
Yeah, do you know how high you have to be to get stuck on the rim, still maintain? I mean, that's aura maxim right there. You still got to maintain while you're up there and find a way. Oh, put it in now. You see what I mean? Most of the time, that's a Sprite commercial. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you get pinned on the goal, that's it.
Most of the time, yes. When that happens, it ends disastrously.
You got to play well above the rim. I'm not talking about minimum wage bounce. I'm talking about you're getting salary bounce out here, and you got to be able to do that to make that.
Walker getting a breather. Riley missing both. Lindeborg with the rebound. The drive by Vasquez, and he gets fouled. So the York native will head to the free throw line here to try to extend the UAB lead.
Yeah. Farrell came in from the back end swiping down, but I think the Pirates did a really good job of walling up against Vasquez and making him have to take a tough two. Those are some of those ones where you just want to let him take it after you've got everybody in position early.
Vasquez good on the first. In our ESPN NBA Wednesday doubleheader, Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs will battle Jason Tatum and the Celtics at 7 Eastern. Then a couple of new-look teams square off. Steph, Jimmy Butler, and the Warriors are in Dallas taking on Kyrie and the Mavs. NBA Countdown tips off our coverage at 6:30. You want to talk about must-see TV right now as Kaysen able to get the layup. What's going on in Dallas? Obviously, what's going on with the Warriors as well. That should be an entertaining game.
It should be. They've got some entertaining players. Jimmy Butler, I'm sure he's going to set up his coffee shop out there. And he's making the transition.
Well, when you take a look on the other side of that with Dallas, I mean, how about the Luka deal? The fans not loving it right now.
I don't think anybody is. I mean, honestly, I mean, I know he's out of shape a little bit, but out of shape, he's still giving you 36 and 7.
Moore drops in the jumper, and of course, to add insult to injury for Mavs fans. Anthony Davis out indefinitely. As the drama in Dallas continues. 4-point lead here. As UAB find themselves up. Hayes on the drive. Can't collect down low. As Coleman with the rebound. Coleman going to work against Casey. Reverse layup gets swatted underneath. Good block by Travion LeBeau.
Yeah, LeBeau is a Swiss Army knife for the Pirates. Does the dirty work, dives on the floor, wins the 50-50 balls, makes winning plays for him.
Riley tries to split the difference inside, lost the ball. And a bump has led this program to 20 wins, multiple occasions, trying to get him back to that barrier, but most importantly, back to another run in March. Lindeborg, the feed down low to Coleman, misses, gets it back, puts it in.
I love how Coleman's playing. He's playing strong. Coach Kennedy has challenged him to be more consistent. Sometimes he's up and down, and the team goes as he goes. When a good, strong offensive game, that's when the team wins.
A lot of times as Coleman goes, who does this team? And as Coleman on cue, grabbing rebound number 6. And that is in part because of the play of Yaxel Lindbergh, and action will go the other way as Coleman will pick up the foul. Because of Lindeborg getting all of the attention, a lot of attention then goes to Coleman because he has to produce.
Absolutely. You've got two imposing players in the paint, and one of the things is that Lindeborg is going to get all that attention. Coleman has to be that offsetter, that guy that can also create opportunities offensively at the basket.
Walker goes right at Coleman and through Coleman.
A man move right there.
8 points for the reigning AAC Player of the Week. And a kick ball by Wood.
Yeah, Walker would not be denied. Went right into Coleman, right to his chest. Simple drop step, dropped him down while he did it.
Physical presence, 6'8", over 200 pounds. That's a lot to handle down low, even for Coleman. In the board, gets the jumper. So Lindeborg extending the lead to 6. He has 7 for UAB.
And that's what makes him special. You just can't guard one place on the floor that he likes. Not only can he post up at the block, but he can take you off the dribble. He can face up at the elbow and short corners. He can knock down the 3. It's just tough, big to have to deal with.
Riley flips it up and in with the right hand.
I love that Riley plays off the 2 feet on his drives. Once he gets to the middle of the floor, his pivots create opportunities for him.
Riley averaging over 14 points per game this season. He has 6 so far. Lindeborg cut off. Open look at a 3. That's no good. Out of the hands of Tony, but Lindeborg able to read. Ten seconds to shoot for the Blazers. McGee to the rack, lost the ball out of bounds, and it will go over to ECU.
And Jordan Riley just picking his spots, getting Coleman in an isolated situation, and just using his pivots to get that nice floater over the left shoulder.
He had 21 against UTSA on Saturday. That's been one of the things here with this team, trying to find different ways to score the basketball because of their issues shooting the 3. That's made everything else a little bit more high leverage and even more important.
Yeah, when you can't spread the floor, it constricts the defense. They tighten it up even more, and so you got to find ways to score the ball. And if you can't do it in the half court, then you have to do it in the open floor. The only way you can do that is by getting into letting your defense do the talking there.
Woodard lost the ball, but Lindeborg able to get to it. Still loose. Baseline J missing, and back come the Pirates. Walker on the window and in.
That might be a top 10, just off of the strength of the timing was completely off. You know what kind of touch you have to be able to corral it off of the backboard, and that wasn't just a soft touch off the backboard. That was a beamer.
The lead at 2. Lindeborg. Corner 3 up. That's good. Tony, a driller from deep.
I've been waiting for you to say his name. I mean, it just gives me R&B vibes every time you say it. Just add one more Tony. What's his middle name?
It's a shame it's not Tony.
We might need to find that out.
The third 3 of the game for R.J. Felton. 29-27 lead now for the Blazers. Johnson answers with a 3 of his own.
Big shot from Butter Johnson.
The lead back to 5. Walker gets inside, throws it up, can't connect. Lindeborg, that's one of the dangerous things he can do. He can rebound it, but he also can bring it down.
Yeah, when you have a post player that can also start the break from you, the teams at the bottom of the league could go into just about any other conference and dominate. And so it just tells you how strong that conference is.
Azuero able to knock down the first free throw. It's a 33-27 contest. Azuero gets the second chance points and offensive rebounding big so far for UAB, +4 on the offensive glass, 7-3 edge. Derek Jones and John Williams with you tonight in Greenville, North Carolina, at Minges Coliseum and Williams Arena. A foul will be picked up by Bradley Azuero.
Yeah, you can see what the job is for Azuero is to match Walker's physicality, get him off of the sweet spots that he likes to catch the ball and make it difficult for him.
Felton trying to create. Stuck, contested turnaround, missed it. Lindeborg with the rebound.
And that was fantastic defense there from McGee. I mean, he's one of those guys, one of the most athletic players on the team, strong, can match that physicality with Felton.
Good defense from the JUCO transfer on that last possession. UAB up 7. McGee spins. Can't finish it off. Another offensive rebound. Lindebord, who leads the team in assists. Cuts to the rim, lost the ball, and it is back over to ECU.
Yeah, Coach Kennedy spoke extremely highly of McGee and what he is able to do on the defensive end by guarding the primary guard, making it tough for them to get to their spots. And you see there, making Felton have to take a tough two.
Previously, the #3 JUCO recruit in the nation. He's been a nice addition here to UAB, averaging just under 10 points per game. Kaysen down low, sticks it home.
Reed Kaysen, pretty much like the 8th man off the bench, but provides a spark when he's out there and can really impact the game by serving as size and a secondary rebounder.
He's getting some extended run tonight. They don't go deep at ECU. They'll play 7 typically big minutes, and Kaysen picks up some time as well. Johnson, long miss off the 3. There was Tony, but the ball slipped out of his hand. Just over a minute left to go first half. Walker thought about shooting. Pull up. Got it.
What makes C.J. Walker so dangerous, not only can he post you up, but he can also take you off the dribble from the perimeter.
And at the Moody Center in Austin. So quite a week for Alabama hoops, with Auburn looming later on this week.
Oh, yeah, I feel like there's divided living rooms with that matchup.
Vasquez launches, misses the 3. Rebound collected by Felton. And Felton is fouled to UAB. Coming up on halftime here in a moment, we'll see if ECU can make another charge. And Felton lost the ball. Ahead to Coleman, who throws it down.
And Coleman was well deserving of that. He's at the top of that 1-3-1 matchup that they run. Was able to sneak behind Felton and get himself a nice dig, and was able to get a fast break and get a dunk.
8 seconds left. Down to 5 for Felton. Felton with the bump on McGee, blocked by Lindebord. Riley can't follow, and that closes out. Second half underway from Williams Arena and Minges Coliseum. Thanks for joining us here tonight as UAB tries to stay in second place in the American. Vasquez tries to open up the scoring and cannot. ECU goes to work. Riley working against Coleman. And another rebound for Yaxel Lindebord. And Lindebord is fouled as Cam Hayes picks up the whistle.
Yeah, honestly, that's a solid foul for Cam Hayes to kind of stop Lindebord from getting an open floor opportunity and just letting them know. I mean, sometimes that's a message in saying that you're not going to get anything easy and you're not going to feel comfortable while dribbling the ball up the floor.
Into Lindebord. Squeezes a pass inside to Johnson, and he gets fouled. And we haven't talked a lot about Lindebord's ability to pass. He leads the team in assists. He has 99 heading into tonight.
He's a fantastic facilitator, and a lot of that is because of his offensive abilities. Because of his ability to score the ball, he demands attention, multiple players, and because of his passing ability, he puts him in situations like Butter Johnson is in right now to be able to take 2 free ones.
One of the best nicknames
Butter
in college basketball, without a doubt. That's right.
Hey.
Not E-R, A.
Hey, I'm with it. And it matches his game. Very smooth, can really mix you up, has a little flavor to his game, can play at all 3 levels. He's a good, really good get.
38-31 after Butta Johnson knocks down the shot from the line as that basketball heading out of bounds and over to the Blazers. R.J. Felton, who had a good start to the contest, has been quiet here as of late. 3 3-pointers in the game. He'll try for a fourth. Rattles out.
Yeah, this is dangerous times for ECU, especially the way UAB has came out in this half and really distributing the ball and getting high percentage shots. ECU has to get back to doing what they do best, and they have to disrupt UAB.
Good look down low by Moore. Coleman, and now Lindeford with the hammer. Dangerous
times.
Nobody wants to get close to Lindeford when he's loading up. 9-point game. He somehow came out of that scramble with a basketball as Walker can't connect. And Lindeford again gets the rebound and then brings it down. Lindeford on the attack. No look kick to Moore from deep. Got it.
Serves the purpose that he's been put out here to do. And both ends of the floor, impact player. He's been huge for Duke.
Of course, we saw the top 10 rankings earlier as C.J. Walker puts it in. Duke right there in the mix near the top, and clearly a Final Four contender, a national championship contender. Cooper Flagg trying to become another part of Duke's long storied basketball history. Inside, Desawiro left a layup short.
Yeah, those one of those ones Desawiro probably could make if he wasn't anticipating foul.
Great look for Felton, but could not knock down the three.
And that's the ones you have to have. And this is where the Pirates start to go into their lulls offensively and have to find ways to continue to impact the game, whether that is creating turnovers or if it's getting offensive rebounds so that you can get yourself into some rhythm. But right now, UAB is being able to do whatever they want down there in the second half.
Lindeborg has 8 after another bucket. By the way, staying on the point about perimeter shooting, they are 3 of 12, speaking of ECU. Make that 4 of 13. That's the first made from deep by somebody other than R.J. Felton, as the 3 knocked down by Farrell.
Yeah, and Coach Schwartz has spoke heavily on Jan Farrell being able to be a floor spreader for this unit, being the guy who can, relieve some pressure off of the paint drivers.
Hanging in the air and scoring is Warner, or check that, Cam Hayes. So Hayes able to put that one down. It's a 7-point game.
Yeah, and Cam Hayes is also one of those guys who Coach Schwartz wants to be able to relieve some of that pressure by knocking down threes.
Vasquez gets buried by...
Continue this game and to stay in this game is to start getting stops against UAB.
C.J. Walker, the man of many hairstyles, with 14 points. He's 4th in the American in scoring, and he's trying to keep his team in it here. As the first free throw is knocked down by Vasquez. And John, this kind of goes into the discussions we were having with both head coaches today. They both lamented over the lack of three-point shooting the other had, and that's been one of the differences in this game. UAB has just shot it better from the perimeter than ECU.
Yeah, because they both know what they do well. They both, are great on the offensive boards. They try to create more possessions, and so in order to offset one or the other, somebody's got to do something a little bit different, which is knock down that three.
And there's a three from Cam Hayes.
Speak of the three, and it shall appear.
The LSU transfer gets the deficit down to 6. Vasquez looking for help. Lindebor with the kick outside to Moore. 5 to shoot. Turnover. Hayes inside. Reverse layup. No good. Tap back up. Walker there. He can't follow. Lindebor with a rebound. Down the floor. Desawiro turns. Blocked at the rim. What hustle by Walker in the ECU defense.
And you can see the urgency there for ECU, the transition defense, knowing that they should have had that layup down there, wanted to make sure that they didn't give UAB anything easy.
Hayes surveying. Long three by Hayes is good.
Hayes thought about that mismatch and maybe trying to take Lindebor off the dribble. Got it to C.J. Walker so that he could get the space that he needed, knowing that Lindebor was going to dig on him. And as soon as Walker passed it back out, Ward made him pay.
Big second half here for Cam Hayes. Vasquez. Azuero lost the ball. And the momentum swinging over to ECU.
This game has really been one of runs.
UAB led by as much as 12. They were up 43-31 earlier in this half. Walker against Lindebor. Walker gets stuffed, gets it back, goes right back to it. Tough shot, gets it to drop. What a finish by C.J. Walker.
I love it from C.J. Walker, taking on the challenge and taking on with the C.J. Walker mid-range jumper.
UAB was playing their first game in 8 days, has seen their lead drop to a point. Lindebor in trouble. Finds Coleman, who gets hit across the wrist. And that will be a foul. Picked up by Ian Farrell.
Yeah, Farrell coming over from help side and, yeah, getting Coleman right there on the wrist.
So Coleman at the stripe. Gets the roll on the first. Coming up at 9 Eastern on ESPN, this should be another tremendous SEC matchup as Alabama, who moved up to number 2 in this week's ranking, set to take on Texas at the Moody Center in Austin. 3-point advantage for UAB. And that's a big note to consider for Christian Coleman. After he finishes business up at the line, they are 12-1 this season when Coleman is able to score 10 points or more. A three-pointer by R.J. Felton ties the game up at 49.
What a big shot for R.J. Felton there. And you see Coach Schwartz telling the crowd to get into it. They need that energy.
Waters. Felton inside for the lead. Puts it in.
You saw how fast ECU was able to get down the floor off of a missed basket from UAB. Their epicenter is pushing the ball. They want to make sure they can get down the floor before the defense can get set and get a high percentage finish like what R.J. Felton just gave you.
Glenn means something in particular here because if you don't know a lot about East Carolina athletics, this community loves their baseball team.
Oh my goodness. People miss work for this thing. It is the real deal. I've only heard legend. I'm from the Raleigh-Durham area, so we heard about it from where we were.
Off the miss by Lindebor. A foul picked up by Alejandro Vasquez. He went over the back, leading to a whistle.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
So Vasquez picking up the foul. First in the half for UAB, who is down all of a sudden by 1. They led by as much as 12. Walker driving, no good, but to the line for C.J. Walker.
Yeah, I love how C.J. Walker just makes the decision that he's going to go to the basket. There's not too much thinking going on when it comes to that. He just plays through the flow of the game and takes what's given to him by the defense. Catches it. Is able to recognize that Coleman's out of place defensively, out of position, and takes advantage of the space given.
Walker, who's shooting over 70% from the line on the year, misses the first. And this is an interesting second half we've seen so far, John. It looked like UAB had firm control of this game, but we've seen this happen to American opponents when they've come in here to Williams Arena. You think a lead's safe. It is not.
You cannot relax against ECU ever. Doesn't matter how much the lead is. This team continues to fight. I think they get better when their back's against the wall. It's what makes them so dangerous. Because I promise you, UTSA was thinking to themselves, all right, we're good, guys. Let's relax, take our foot off the gas, and then ECU makes them pay.
Lindeborg. And a steal. Burrell to the rim, and he gets stuffed by Lindeborg. And they're able to keep it alive. The Blazers back to work on offense. They can take a lead with a 3.
Oh, Lindeborg with the volleyball spike.
Lindeborg tries it from deep. Got it. It's a 2, so the game is tied.
That's what makes him so dangerous. I mean, not only can he score it from the inside, he can knock down the deep ball.
Hayes trying to pick his way through the Blazers defense. That leads to a whistle against Mezaguero.
Lindeborg just giving a nice little tap screen and pop action right there. He was able to just step into it and take the shot, and a necessary one at that, where his team was really struggling to put the ball in the basket.
Derek Jones and John Williams with you tonight from Williams Arena. Fun game thus far between ECU and UAB. UAB in second place in the American. Trying to keep pace with Memphis. And a whistle that will send C.J. Walker back to the free throw line.
And that's one thing C.J. Walker can do. He can get to that free throw line. And honestly, it's how he's been able to get himself into rhythms before.
He gets the first. That's a 4th foul against Bradley Mezaguero.
Yeah, that 4-spot position has really struggled in guarding Walker. And you've noticed that they haven't really put Lindeborg over on him because they don't want him to get in foul trouble either.
It's an interesting decision to make because what do? You don't want to run the risk, as you're alluding to, of getting your best player in foul trouble dealing with Walker, and Walker's made them pay. Tony.
And that's because Lindeborg is such a pivotal factor on the offensive end.
The follow by Coleman, and that's going to be basket interference by Christian Coleman. Got a piece of it right on the cylinder. GCU holds a 2-point lead. Lindeborg almost with a steal. This has been an ECU team that has picked up energy and steam as the second half has gone on. Burrell from deep. Missed the three. Walker right there with a rebound and the putback.
That is what C.J. Walker is doing. He is manhandling whoever is around in the paint. Just having his way.
Inside, Lindeborg trying to reverse layup. He'll head to the line.
And whenever UAB is in desperation, they are getting the ball to Axel Lindeborg for good reason, because he can do so much for the team. They got to give it to him more.
That's a third foul on Farrell. And that will send Lindeborg to the line. Lindeborg gets the first. Thursday night, Madison Booker and number 3 Texas square off against Georgia A-Moore and number 8 Kentucky at historic Memorial Coliseum in Lexington. Coverage begins at 7 Eastern on ESPN2 and the app. We'll see if Texas can continue their momentum after the big win over South Carolina. Riley, pump fake, launches. Can't get the three. Lindeborg with a loose ball. Three ball up. That's good. Another three for Tyron Moore. And that gives UAB a lead back at 57-56.
Well, Tyron Moore has definitely stepped up to the challenge of being that relief valve and creating offensive balance for UAB.
Moore is the team's best three-point shooter. Coming into the contest as Felton driving and scoring.
Felton has been doing it not only from the three-point line, but also getting to the basket.
A hammer thrown down by Christian Coleman.
Yeah, Christian Coleman making that statement dunk, knowing that C.J. Walker wasn't going to be able to get back in time because he had the help off of the Moore drive.
Hayes cut off, trying to cook down low. Farrell outside. Hayes will pull it. Got it.
Well, Cam Hayes has definitely been that offensive spark plug that ECU has been looking for on a consistent clip.
Hayes was very quiet in half one, up to 10 points. Most of his damage done in the second half. Lindeborg cut off. Coleman against Farrell. Missed the shot. Lindeborg right there with a follow.
Yeah, those are those situations. If you are ECU, you have to sink and seal. So when you send two at Coleman, somebody has to sink, seal the next man over to be able to protect the basket. And
6 straight double-double for Axel Lindeborg. Almost came up with a steal, but Walker right there with a dunk.
Big time drive for C.J. Walker there. You know, it looked like it was a blown play. He was still able to.
Floater is in for Moore. Tyron Moore is having himself a game. He's already hit 4 threes. He gives UAB a 1-point lead.
Yeah, he might have been one of the guys that was unsuspected on the scout report as somebody who could really put the knife in you.
1-point lead for UAB, but C.J. Walker doing all he can, John, for the Pirates.
On a blown play, you'd think that it was going to be a UAB turnover, but no, he was able to get production from Riley and Cam Hayes. They give themselves a chance to win most games.
6 minutes left to go. 1-point advantage for UAB. Hayes can't get it done that time. Tip. Tony on the loose. UAB's offense trying to find the rhythm that gave them a 12-point lead at one point. But Johnson, no good on the three. A defensive board collected by the Pirates. Walker now guarded by Lindeborg. Walker, to the mark for C.J. Walker.
That's a pro-level finish right there. Using his pace to his advantage, getting to his spots, pulling up for that mid-range jumper. That's next level.
He has been sensational tonight. Lindeborg got hit on the attack at the rim. He'll go to the strike.
Walker has been unstoppable in today's game. I know that we talked about him playing like he is going to miss it because this is his last season, but he's ready to go get the bag, man. He is ready to go make him some money. Go ahead and go to the pro level and go dancing, man.
He's been held to under 10 points just 3 times this season as Lindeborg collects the first free throw. You are seeing a game tonight with 2 of the premier players in the American. As Yaxel Lindeborg finishes off a trip at the line. 1-point game. Felt into the paint. Floater is in.
That's a tough shot. I'm going to tell you right now, he bobbled the ball while he was in the air. He was able to secure it and make that touch teardrop floater.
R.J. Felton, a rare commodity these days in college basketball. Playing all 4 years with the same program. Lindeborg answers on the other end. Back and forth we go at Williams Arena. Felton steps into a 3. Got it!
I'm curious to see how UAB responds.
It has been an up and down, back and forth game here in the latter stages of the second half. Lindeborg cut off, now turns left to score. Beautiful move by Yaxel Lindeborg.
Beautiful move. Using his pivots, got stopped in the first drive from Walker, got to the open space by just using his footwork.
Lindeborg tying the game up at 69 as Walker splits 2 defenders and draws the foul.
That's a wily veteran move right there. He knows how to get to the line. Those are usually situations where if you're UAB, you felt that you did the job by walling up and being there available, but C.J. Walker, being so skilled, can get to those open spots, those crevices within the defense, and still be able to get to the line for 2 free ones.
Walker, a good shooter from the free throw line, 71% on the year. Heading into tonight, up to 26 points. Make it 27. 2-point lead for the Pirates.
So he's just making it a habit of just getting around that 28, huh?
He had 28 on Saturday in the 1-point win against UTSA as Moore misses the 3. Rebound grabbed by the Pirates. Ahead to Walker. Has to peel off. Felton sizing up Coleman. Missed the jumper. Walker right there with the follow and some push-ups.
I like it. The way he's been working, he has been moving guys in the paint, and he's letting us know it's light work down there. I mean, he has really been dominating down there.
Since he got to ECU, he's seen an uptick in minutes, an uptick in scoring. And now he has 28 points to match his output from last Saturday.
And we talked about rebounding being a key cog in today's game, especially when it comes to offensive rebounding. That's supposed to be a one and done for UAB. But they allowed ECU, they allowed C.J. Walker to get on those boards and get an offensive rebound.
ECU up 4. Lindeborg in trouble, and he is fouled. And that's such a tough decision if you're an ECU defender, John. How do you deal with it? Because he can do everything.
Yes, absolutely. And one thing that Coach Kennedy talked about was Lindeborg sometimes he gives you sneaky numbers, sneaky positive numbers, and sometimes I know that he wishes that he could be more imposing because he can.
Lindeborg, 72% on the year from the line. Gets the first on the front end of a 1-and-1. So one more for the Pennsauken, New Jersey native.
And right now he is establishing himself, and it's because he has to. But I do think that UAB, and I think that Lindeborg has to be more demanding of the ball in those crunch time points of the game.
He has 7 straight points for UAB, but couldn't make it an 8. Pirates up 3. Just over 2 minutes left to go. Riley to the rim, lays it in.
Talking about Jordan Riley being one of those complimentary guys that can impact the game when his team needs him.
Vasquez missed the 3, but it got tipped back up and in, I believe, by Butta Johnson.
Yeah.
Walker again, going at Lindeborg. Almost lost his footing. And now throws it up and in, plus the foul. But now, it looks like that will be waved off. That will not count. The ECU bench beside itself wanting that to count.
Yeah, I don't understand. Are they saying it's on the floor?
I strongly disagree with this call.
Yeah, I do as well.
Michael Schwartz disappointed at that call.
Oh, yeah, he is livid.
And the free throw missed by Walker. So the foul called on the floor was a 1-and-1. And the Blazers escape, still down by 3. Lindeborg cut off, back outside, Moore missing the 3. Coleman rebound. Vasquez answers to tie it.
That is beat us. While you see UAB, they are allowing the situation with C.J. Walker to just go one-on-one and say, C.J. Walker might beat us, but the rest of you won't.
55 seconds left. Hayes in trouble, finds Felton. Felton goes at Lindeborg, gets it to go! R.J. Felton.
These two have been extremely special for ECU tonight. Felton attacking, being aggressive, playing with force. Walker attacking, being aggressive, playing with force. Pick your poison.
Vasquez lost the ball, and Riley is fouled.
NCAA college slam dunk contest would have been fulfilled because he would have did something stupid. Good defense, you see there. Nice little shoestring tackle.
Riley, who had missed on his 2 free throw tries, gets the first. And the second. So again, it's a flagrant 1. So what makes this more crushing, it's a 2-shot foul, which we just saw, and the possession. coming up here for ECU.
Yeah, ECU gets the ball back, and we talked about this game would come down to how many possessions the other would get and taking advantage of those possessions.
So the foul picked up here by UAB to send Riley back to the line as Butta Johnson commits his second foul.
This is going to be a terrifying conference tournament.
Well, we saw that last year as Riley gets the first.
Temple was the dark horse.
Temple, who labored significantly throughout the regular season, was a terror in the American tournament. They made it all the way to the championship game before getting stopped by this UAB team. 2 from Riley. The lead is at 6, 81-75. Moore fires, misses a 3. Coleman tries to track it down. Instead of possession for the Pirates, and a foul.
Yeah, and we talk about peaking at the right time. You want to be that team that starts playing your best version of basketball, leading into March, getting in the conference tournament play, and being one of those dangerous groups that could take it all. And so I know, like, you look at this ECU team that really gave Memphis a scare. I mean, they gave Temple a scare. They've beaten Temple. You know, they've been able to compete in every game they've played. Aside, like I said, North Texas that's a defensive animal right there, and Rice was an anomaly. But other than that, they have been in every game they've played.
LeBeau knocks down the free throw. Johnson launches a 3, misses it. The rebound taken by Hayes. What a comeback for ECU. Down 12 earlier in the second half. They storm back to win it. 82-75.
What a game. What a game for ECU. And I think UAB being the #2 team in the conference may have taken them, underestimated them. But